Hello, I'm Richard, and hello, I'm Richard. Welcome back to my channel over and over and over again, the Positive Arsenal channel. Just having a couple of little technical issues here. Just let me sort that out, and then we'll be fine. This is going to be the watch along of the game against West Bromwich Albion. Let me just check what's going on here. Okay. Let's just have a look what we're doing. There's a problem on the Facebook page, that's all. I'm just going to try and get that sorted out now, if I can, and see if I can get it. Anyway, this is a watch along of the West Bromwich Albion game away. Going to be doing a watch along just in a minute. I'm just going to see if I can sort this out because it's, for some reason, it's not quite working at the moment, but I'm going to try and get that. So I might just do another one. I might just set another one up. Just give me 2 seconds, and I will sort this out. It's not letting me do it at the minute for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, right, forget about that. If I can get it done, I think it might be on now. So yes, this is a watch along then. It's Arsenal versus, well, it's West Bromwich Albion versus Arsenal, live from a very cold and snowy Hawthorns. And it's just going to come up after this. Hi there. Well, my name is Richard. Welcome back to my channel over and over and over again, the Positive Arsenal channel. Sorry about the little confusion at the beginning. There was a little bit of an issue there on the Facebook feed. These are your teams for tonight's game. Sorry, these are the teams here for tonight's game. Let me just move that banner out of the way, then we'll be able to see it. So Arsenal just make 2 changes from the Brighton game. So Ceballos is in midfield in place of El Neni, and Lacazette starts in place of Martinelli. So it looks like Aubameyang's going to be on the left with Lacazette through the middle. Of course, he came on and scored that goal the other night. And there is the West Bromwich Albion team as well. I'm quite impressed with the Johnson in goal, former Man United goalkeeper. Of course, he's played well for West Brom this season. So I'm quite interested to see how he gets on today. I think we're going to have to be good to get some goals past him. Of course, he did let him 5 the other night against Leeds, but I'm sure Big Sam will have them well organised for this particular game. These are the substitutes. So we've got Martinelli's dropped down to the bench. Willian and David Luiz are both on the bench as well. There were rumours that one or other of them might be starting. We've got Willock on the bench as well, and Pepe and Ketia, Maitland-Niles, El Neni, of course, as well, who's dropped down, and Renarson, the goalkeeper. On the bench of West Brom, actually, is 2 ex-Arsenal players, Kieran Gibbs and Carl Bartley, both of whom, of course, featured in my show earlier when we looked at players who've played for both teams. Those 2 both got a mention there, and they're both on the bench for West Brom. I know Kieran Gibbs has had a bit of an injury issue. Yeah, I think the game should be on. Well, it is on as far as I'm aware. It's a bit snowy, but, a bit of snow never hurt anyone, did it? Yeah, it's it's going to obviously be difficult conditions, I suppose. Really, I think for both teams tonight, probably doesn't really suit Arsenal that well, if we're honest. Sort of football that we'll play. Obviously, it's still snowing quite heavily, as you can if you can see the game. It is actually snowing really heavily at the moment as well. So it's going to be difficult conditions. No doubt, Kieran Tierney won't even be wearing gloves, and he'll probably be wearing his sunglasses as well. He's not bothered about a bit of cold weather, is he? In fact, just as I mentioned him, the camera goes on to him, actually. And I don't think he is wearing gloves. You can't see. I would imagine he won't be. He'll be used to this weather from Scotland anyway, because this is like summer for him. He was out warming up, actually, in a T-shirt and shorts when all the other players had tracksuits and tops on and gloves and hats and everything. So he's a different breed, isn't he, Kieran Tierney? He'll probably love this weather, love these conditions. But to be fair, he's not the only Arsenal player. Xhaka's in short sleeves and no gloves as well. There's a few. So let's hope Arsenal up for this game. We're just about to kick off. Arsenal attacking the goal to our left, which, if you know the Hawthorns, that's a traditional home end. I'm not sure what it's called, actually. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's obviously the end where there's the main home end. The end that West Brom are attacking in this first half is usually the end where the away fans would be. Normally a game I would have gone to, actually. So I'm quite disappointed we're not able to go. Even though it would have been freezing cold. Typical English Premier League away day, isn't it, in the winter when it's cold. Arsenal kicks off, but the referee has made us kick off again. Not quite sure what happened there. Lacazette doesn't look to know what's really happening. The referee actually is Martin Atkinson, I believe. Did he not referee our game the other day as well? It's unusual, isn't it, to have the same ref 2 games in a row? Or was it the Chelsea game he did? Not sure. Anyway, we have got underway now. Arsenal, I'll say, they're attacking the goal to our left. It was a long ball played forward there from Pablo Mari. Kieran Tierney is immediately involved as well, very high up the pitch. Looks as though we are playing a sort of 4-2-3-1 system that's been working well in the last couple of games. It's just Martinelli this time's dropped down to the bench. I say Aubameyang's coming on that left-hand side for him. He needs to put in the same amount of work rate, really, doesn't he? If we're going to do well in this game. Obviously, Martinelli's on the bench, so he can always come on later on if we need to. It's good to see Smith Rowe again in the starting lineup. He's had a couple of good games, and of course Saka down that right hand side. He's looked really, really dangerous, hasn't he? So let's hope he's recovered fully from that injury that he picked up against Brighton, which meant he had to go off early. Great performance he produced in that game, didn't he? Set up the goal as well for Lacazette. I think Lacazette's going to be going to get a little bit more chances in this game, actually, with Smith Rowe and Saka. It's a shame that Martinelli's not playing, but I understand why he's been rested. Come back from a long-term injury, and he's played 3 games in less than a week. You can understand why he's maybe been left on the bench in this game. A lot of big games coming up as well, of course, over the next couple of weeks. We need him to be fit and firing for those as well. But it's good that we've got a bit more options on the bench in defence as well. David Luiz is on the bench. Of course, there's talk of Arsenal buying this new defender from Hertha Berlin, a 19-year-old central defender, and William Saliba might be going out on loan or leaving completely, which is mad when he's not even played a game yet. All that money that we paid for him, but anyway, not to worry. I'm sure that will get sorted out at some stage. Anyway, Arsenal currently got the ball in the centre pitch with Granit Xhaka. Plays it out to Rob Holding. Rob Holding, of course, has been playing well, hasn't he, at the back last few games. We've now got the ball down in that far corner. Arsenal's right-hand side. It's Lacazette actually with it, trying to get past the defender there, but he hasn't managed to. In fact, it's gone out for Ivanovic, actually, of course, the former Chelsea right-back, who's actually playing left-back today, by the look of it. But or is it the same one he used to play for Chelsea? I think it is. Can't really see him, but it looks like it might well be the one he used to play for Chelsea. So he's obviously right-back. But yeah, so it's been a bit of a scrappy opening couple of minutes, actually, if we're honest. Not a lot's really happened yet. Kieran Tierney's now got the ball. Fred's one down the left-hand side to Aubameyang. Puts in a first-time cross. Actually, it's a good ball. Lacazette was coming in to take it. It's fell to the far side. The ball comes in. It's a good save, I think. Was it Bellerin with a shot? The follow-up was by Saka, I think it was. 2 opportunities there for Arsenal early in this game. I think Bellerin's first shot, I think it was either saved by the keeper or blocked by a defender. I'm not really sure. It was a good cross from Aubameyang, actually. Lacazette couldn't quite get there. It fell to Bellerin. It was a good save, actually, with the keeper's legs. Really good save, actually. But it's been a lively start from Arsenal. West Brom haven't really got into this game yet. Hi, Mark. How you doing? Thanks for watching again. Yeah, no, I'm pleased that Smith Rowe and Saka are both starting as well. I think they've given us a little bit extra in the last couple of games that we've needed. Long may that continue. I don't suppose they'll play every game, will they? I'm assuming that Big Sam's going to have really been would have got into these guys after their heavy defeat at home to Leeds on Tuesday. I'm not expecting them to be anywhere near as open or anything like that in this game. And so far, they haven't really been. You're going to imagine they're going to work hard to put that disappointment behind them. Big Sam would not allow anything else, would he? So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see exactly how this game plays out. It's not going to be easy at all. I think we need to be on our game. West Brom are going to be dangerous from set pieces, aren't they, as you would expect? But we'll see. I mean, we've had a decent enough opening couple of minutes here. But West Brom now having their first real spell of possession. They're trying to come forward down this sort of near side. It's moved back into the middle of the pitch, and now it's over to the far side. I can't actually see their numbers very well, the West Brom shirts. So if I'm not sure what their players, you'll have to bear with me. But anyway, they've got red numbers, it seems. So some of the numbers aren't really visible. But actually, West Brom just won the ball back well, midway inside Arsenal's half. They're trying to build an attack down this near side, their right-hand side. Played right out to this far touchline. It's played down to, and that's a good bit of play actually. Kieran Tierney gets turned. It's played into the box, a dangerous ball. Rob Holding heads it away well. Saka doesn't really get it away actually, just plays it up in the air. But Arsenal now can come forward with Smith Rowe. He tried to feed it through to Saka on the far side, but it wasn't a great ball. And West Brom are coming forward again. Arsenal just pinned them back into their own half. So it seems Ivanovic actually is playing in place of Kieran Gibbs on that in the left back position. Of course, he had a long spell at Chelsea, didn't he? Playing right back, won a lot of trophies with him. But he's over on the left hand side tonight for West Brom. They're coming forward again here, but that's a good tackle in the middle of the pitch there by Ceballos. Plays it to Smith Rowe, and that's going to be a free kick. It was a free kick in the way there by Sawyers, of course, the player who scored that crazy own goal the other night against Leeds, didn't he? When he just played it back to the goalkeeper without looking. And I don't know quite what the goal he was doing, actually. I mean, I do like the West Brom goalkeeper, Johnson, but on that particular occasion, he went for a walkabout, didn't he? And it ended up as a crazy own goal. But no doubt, nothing like that will happen tonight. We have to work for all our goals. Anyway, Tierney's coming forward now down his left-hand side, shows good pace, but he is forced back. And he finds Smith Rowe closed down, but the ball ricochets back to Tierney on this near side touchline. He's pushed backwards and he plays it infield to Granit Xhaka. Switches it across to Danny Ceballos. And Danny Ceballos, is that a shot? I don't know why he was trying to shot from there. It must have been about 40 yards out. Or was it a clip ball? Oh, it was Pablo Mori, actually, with a long clip ball towards the far post. But it was harmlessly gone out for a goal kick. I don't quite know what he was doing there, actually, Mari. They're just showing a replay of the earlier chance there from Bellerin. It was a good shot, actually, and it was going in, but it was a good save with his foot there from Johnson. He's a good shot stopper. There's no doubt about that. And that was a good save with his legs. And the rebound was blocked from Saka. So first real opportunity for Arsenal early in this game. A decent effort, actually, from Bellerin. And it was a good save, to be fair. Arsenal have making a good start to this game. Saka's now plays it into Lacazette. He looked to try and get it back, but he was crowded out, and it's gone out for a throw-in over the far side to West Bromwich Albion. Always a good away day, this, isn't it, at the Hawthorns, if anyone's ever been. They're quite a friendly club, West Brom. There's never any trouble or aggravation. It's a nice place to go. And it's a nice stadium as well. It's got a decent away end. It's usually a decent atmosphere there. And yeah, it's usually a good day out. So it's disappointing that we're not able to go this particular time. Last time we played West Brom, that was over the sort of it was on New Year's Eve, actually, the last season they were in the Premier League in 2017. And finishing a 1-1 draw, we went to that game. All the goals were in the final couple of minutes. It was a free kick from Alexis Sanchez, which was deflected in by James McLean, I think it was. And then in the very last few seconds, West Brom got a very, very soft penalty. Callum Chambers, I think it was, gave it away. And I think it was Jay Rodriguez who scored the penalty to make it 1-1, that was in Arsene Wenger's final season, of course. And although the free kick from Alexis Sanchez was given as an own goal, I still think it was Alexis Sanchez's goal. And it would have actually turned out to be his last goal for Arsenal because he left, didn't he, a couple of weeks later. But anyway, that was our last visit here, which actually ended a run of 2 defeats because we'd lost our previous 2. So let's hope we can get a win here. We haven't won here since 2014, actually. November 2014 it was. Danny Welbeck scored the winning goal that day. Another cold day, if I remember. It was a good goal from Danny Welbeck, actually, a header from, I think it was a Santi Cazorla cross, actually. But yeah, so that was our last victory here. I say we've had 2 defeats and a draw since then. And of course, West Brom have spent a few seasons outside the Premier League as well, haven't they? It's good to see them back there. I feel they are a Premier League club. They just seem to be a bit of a yo-yo club, don't they, up and down every year. It's actually snowing quite heavily at the moment. I know there were people talking maybe the game would be off Of course, the pitch is fine, undersoil heating, I'm assuming that they've got. So the snow isn't really settling on the pitch now. It was cleared a bit earlier. Now come Arsenal, it's Saka. He's 1-on-1 with the defender. He goes past him. Is he going to get a shot with his right foot? He does. It's another save from Johnson. It was straight at him, to be fair, but he held on to it well. Again, it's good play from Saka down that right-hand side. He's so much more direct, isn't he, than either Willian or Pepe. He went past his man there, showed good pace. And he wasn't frightened to have a shot of his right foot either. There's a lesson for a certain Frenchman sitting on the bench in that position. So he just had a go with his right foot. Good enough shot, but it was pretty straight at the goalkeeper and a comfortable save. West Brom now looking to build an attack of their own in the centre of the pitch. I think that was Diagana there with some good feet. Plays the ball out there to the far side. It's going to be a cross into the box, a dangerous ball. But again, Rob Holding's there again. Another good solid header. This is a game Rob Holding should thrive in, really. A typical old-fashioned English centre-half against Big Sam, of course, his old-fashioned English kind of tactics. So let's see. I'm sure Rob Holding's going to be an important figure at the back for us today. Aubameyang now picks up the ball very, very deep, actually, almost in the inside left position, but inside his own half. It comes back all the way to Pablo Mari. He plays it back to Bernd Leno. Of course, Bernd Leno's had a decent Christmas, hasn't he? That great penalty save against Chelsea and then a clean sheet at Brighton. He did have a lot to do in that game, but he did a couple of decent saves when required. And that's all you can really ask of your goalkeeper, isn't it? You don't want your goalie to be busy because it means that your team are playing well. But when they're called upon, you want them to make a good saves, and that's what he did. So, yeah, Leno's in a good little spell of form. Pablo Mari is now bringing the ball forward. He plays it out to Kieran Tierney on his near side. Just plays it nice and safe. You know what Tierney's going to do. He's a nice, steady, solid player, isn't he? Also, I'll switch over to the far side to Bellerin. To be fair, Bellerin had a good game, I thought, against Brighton. Saka again plays it out to the far side of Smith Rowe. It's deflected. It's cross. It's going to be a corner, I think, to Arsenal. First corner of the game. 11 minutes in. It was Smith Rowe there with a cross. There was a good move down the right hand side. Actually, Bellerin played it into Saka. Saka played it into Smith Rowe, and his cross was deflected behind for a corner. Mari and Holding have both come up for this. We need to put it into the box, actually. We play a lot of short corners, don't we? We never seem to get the ball into the box enough. Anyway, Saka's taking this one from the far side. He's going to swing it in with his left foot. So this could be a good opportunity to get someone on the end of this. It's not a bad corner, actually, but it's headed away. Nobody really challenged for that with an Arsenal shirt. It's come to Bellerin, plays it back out to Saka on the far side. Arsenal's right. Tried to play a 1-2 there, but Smith Rowe's done well again. Got the ball back. Tried to put it back into Bellerin, but it was good covering there from Ivanovic, the veteran defender. Did well there, actually. But Arsenal got a throw in line with the penalty spot, but on the far side. Bellerin's going to take this on the Arsenal right. Because he's done a few foul throws this season, but that one's fine. He finds it into Saka again. Saka does really well, and that's going to be a free kick. There's a foul on Emile Smith Rowe. It's just about 10 yards in from the touchline, sort of in line with the penalty area, actually. Free kick opportunity. It's a good opportunity. It was Gallagher that gave that free kick away. Smith Rowe got round the wrong side of him. Clear foul, and it's a free kick to Arsenal. I say in line with the penalty area, but it's slightly more to the right-hand side. I say about 10 yards in from the touchline. So Ceballos and Saka are standing over this. Everybody again's in the penalty area, lined up around about the penalty spot. It needs a good delivery, this, actually. I don't know whether Saka's going to try and bend it with his left foot or whether Ceballos is going to outswing it with his right. He wants to go in near the penalty spot, put the goalkeeper under pressure. That's what we need to do with this. Saka jumps over, so it's going to be Ceballos. Puts it in, but again, it was defended well at the near post by a defender, and a goalie comes and punches, falls to Kieran Tierney, and he did a box. He smashes a shot, but it's high over the bar. No real danger there. Goalkeeper did well again, came out and punched that free. The ball there, it came off the defender's head. Sorry, it was looping up. A dangerous looking ball, actually, but it was well done by the goalkeeper. He came out, read it well, and punched it clear. And the shot there from Tierney went high over the bar, but it's been a decent start from Arsenal. It's been pretty much all Arsenal so far the first 14 minutes. It is still 0-0, but Arsenal have had two efforts on target and a shot over the bar and a couple of corners. So it's pretty much been a dominant start to this game from Arsenal. We just need to make it count now, because the longer it stays at 0-0, It's going to suit Big Sam, isn't it? Of course, they'll always be dangerous from set pieces and stuff like that. So we certainly can't afford to relax, can we? But it's going to be a throw to Arsenal on this near side. Kieran Tierney is going to take it. It's about 10 yards inside the Arsenal half. In fact, it's a bit more than that. It's sort of midway actually inside the Arsenal half. There's not a lot of movement for him really. Kieran Tierney still hasn't taken this throw yet. I'm surprised the referee isn't moving him along a little bit, but he goes longer, looking for Lacazette. Just as that happens, me feed has frozen, but it's come back again. So it's another throw, and again, this one on the halfway line. Kieran Tierney's going to take this, plays it into Smith Rowe. It wasn't a great touch back to him actually, but we've kept the ball. It's now gone all the way back to Leno. He plays out to Rob Holding. West Brom aren't pressing us at all in their own half. They're sitting off. We've got plenty of time to knock the ball around, which we're doing quite comfortably, to be honest, at the moment. And it's currently with Pablo Mari. Now West Brom are pressing us a little bit more. Rob Holding now they're pressing again. But Arsenal beat the press. It's a lovely ball over the top to Saka down this right-hand side. It just doesn't quite bounce for him properly, but he's cut back inside onto his left foot, curls it into the box. Oh, and how did he miss that? Who was that at the far post? Aubameyang. I think the goalkeeper might have got a touch. And Aubameyang came in at the far post and slid in. Couldn't quite get the touch that was needed. And just as that happens, my feed's gone off again. But they're going to show this again now, the replay of this. It was a good play from Saka. And I don't know if the goalie did get a touch, actually. I'm not sure if he did. Saka did really well. Whipped the ball to the far post. And the barrier couldn't turn it home. Oh, that was probably a half-decent chance for Aubameyang, actually. Just couldn't quite get there in time. And it spun off behind for a goal kick. He had an open goal. Any touch on that would surely have been a goal, or any decent, proper touch would have been a goal. But instead, it just spun off his foot, I think, and went behind. But great play again from Saka down that right-hand side. He's looking lively already, isn't he? Of course, he's got man in the match the last couple of games for his great performances. So, and he certainly started this game well. Bellerin now switches from right to left to Kieran Tierney. He's midway inside the half. That's a good ball into Lacazette, actually. Lacazette's feet on the edge of the area. Finds Aubameyang on this near side. That's a good run there from Kieran Tierney. A low cross into the near post. No one attacks it. And West Brom can get it clear. We just sack Arteta if you lose. No, not this one game, no. I think the last two games have given him a bit more time. And you can see that with the young players in the side, we look a lot better, don't we? And we'll see what happens. I'm a little bit more optimistic about the future now under Arteta than maybe I was a few weeks ago. Couldn't see where the next win was coming from. But that game against Chelsea, with the young lads playing in those three just behind the striker, Martinelli, Smith Rowe and Saka. Martinelli's not obviously playing tonight, but that's given me great optimism, actually, that with a few more of these younger players playing more regularly, I do think we can turn this around. Yes, we're not in a finished article yet. We still need one or two new signings. It's another great ball from Saka again, actually. But no, I would definitely be sticking with Arteta. Even if we did lose this game tonight, I still feel Arteta is getting things moving in the right direction now. I think it's a really important transfer window in the summer, actually, because we've got a lot of players out of contract. We're going to be able to get a lot of wages off the bill, and then hopefully we can then bring in some new players, because obviously we do need 2 or 3 new players, don't we, to really complement this squad. In fact, Aubameyang did get on the end of that cross. Got to bring Ozil back. Yeah, I mean, we need some sort of creativity in midfield. I think if we don't buy anyone, then surely he's got to bring Ozil back into the squad, hasn't he? You'd imagine. But again, why would we buy somebody, spend money on a player who can, who will need time to settle in when we've got a player who can already just play that role till the end of the season? So I'm not sure. I think he needs to do something, but let's see what the next few weeks brings in the transfer window first, and then we can see where we are. But yeah, I would look at bringing Ozil back into the squad. Certainly, he's an option, isn't he? And he's a sort of player that we've been lacking. But Arsenal are coming forward down this right hand side with Bella, and this is a good run actually into the box. A decent cross, but again the goalkeeper punches it away. It's forced to Ceballos on the edge of the box, tries to feed it into Lacazette. It comes back to Ceballos. He clips one over the top, but too comfortable for the goalkeeper. That it's starting to snow a lot more heavily now. this is a kind of game where you can see it getting abandoned, actually, because of the weather. But it's not really settling on the pitch too much. The pitch is still very green. He's still using a white ball, so it's not a problem at the moment. But it is snowing quite heavily. It has been obviously since long before kickoff. So let's see. But it certainly isn't stopping Arsenal with their passing football. Arsenal had a good start to this game. Aubameyang now cutting in from left hand side, finds Tierney, drills the ball in. It's it. Oh, it looked like Lacazette was going to finish it off, but the defender got there first, and it's cleared away. Another good bit of play from Arsenal. That was down his left hand side. And now it's Pablo Mari again coming down the left, finds Tierney right on the touchline, plays the ball back into Granit Xhaka, and he finds Ceballos, who now moving it out down to the right hand side. Bellerin's outside him, but he plays it into Saka instead, into Lacazette, who was he pushed over? Now Lacazette comes away with the ball. Was that a foul? No, it wasn't. Xhaka thought it was a foul. Now West Brom have got a break on. This could be a dangerous situation for Arsenal, but they've got a lot of players back now. Oh, that's a decent ball over the top. Actually, it's going to be a chance for West Brom. It was a shot there straight at the goalkeeper, Leno. It was a decent enough save, actually. It wasn't the best finish, actually, at all. Was that Robinson? Robinson's on the ball now, for sure. I'm not sure if that was maybe Diagana, was it, with his shot? So I can't really see the West Brom numbers very well. There's another cross into the box there, but this one goes to Hector Bellerin, who brings it out of the penalty area. But that was West Brom's first chance, actually. It looked like a foul on Xhaka right at the very start of that move. It wasn't given, and West Brom then had a break on. In the end, I say the shot came in, and I'm not sure if it was Phillips or Diagana. No, it was Phillips. Phillips with the shot, and it was two straight at Leno, where anything either side of him, especially that far side, could have caused us problems there. Relegation 6-pointer. Not quite. I think it might have been if we'd lost to Brighton and lost to Chelsea, it would definitely have been a relegation 6-pointer. But I think where we are now, I would say probably not, actually. It's obviously a massive game for West Brom. I think if we do win this game, it puts them in massive trouble. Them and Sheffield United look as though they could well be two of the three teams to go down. So I'm not worried anymore about relegation. I was never really that worried about it, if I'm honest, but obviously it was a possibility if we'd lost the last two games, definitely. But I say we got them 6 points now and a win today, and then we'll be looking more at the top six, won't we? Moving into the rest of January, which will be really good. So let's hope we can start 2020 on 2021, on the front foot and get a win. Arsenal don't win this, I'll be worried. Well, no, I wouldn't be. I'm not worried. I must admit, I'm not. Kieran Tierney with a shot. Oh, what a great goal that is! Oh, Kieran Tierney. I was telling you you'd like this weather. That's a great goal. Cutting in from the left-hand side, curled it in with his right foot. That's a great goal. 22 minutes gone. As the snow starts to really fall heavily. That's absolutely brilliant goal. That fantastic strike from Kieran Tierney. It's absolutely brilliant goal that is, and it gives Arsenal, I think, a fully deserved lead actually for the way that we've started this game in the first 25 minutes or so. He done well there, Kieran Tierney. He come into the penalty area with his weaker right foot, curled it into the far corner. That's a great goal, absolutely great goal. £1,000 here I come. Did you have Kieran Tierney for the first goal scorer? That'd been a good bet if you did, because it's only the second goal he's ever scored for Arsenal. That was a great goal, actually. Cutting inside from the left. He done well initially to get past his man. Cut inside. I say with his right foot, he curled it in. That's a great goal. So there you go. Arsenal to win in 2 bets. Well, it's early days yet. Midway through the first half, but it's been all Arsenal in this game so far. I think the first goal was always going to be crucial, actually. And the fact that we've now gone in front with West Brom's recent home form, this is a great platform for us to build on now and go on and win this game. But West Brom are coming back now. So we'll see what happens. The snow is actually getting a lot worse. It's actually making it quite difficult to see. But anyway, it's still the pitch is still white and the ball is still white. So we're not in danger of the game getting abandoned yet. No doubt West Brom will want it to be abandoned if we score any more goals. But anyway, but that was a great goal from Kieran Tierney, actually. Fantastic. And let's say it's something to build on for the team. So we have dominated this game so far. but there's a long way to go. Bellerin now on his right hand side looks for Bukayo Saka. He's had a great start to this game as well. Plays it back to I can't see who that was actually with his snow. It's quite difficult to pick the players out now. But Kieran Tierney now down his left hand side. You can see him, he's nearest to the camera, so it's easy to see this side of the pitch. Tries to link up with Aubameyang there, who's right on the touchline. He now drifts inside slightly, plays it in towards Lacazette. It's a good turn from Lacazette, actually. He needs a runner off him. He's got a runner in Lacazette. Kieran Tierney tries to pick up the pieces, but Lacazette's won it back. This is good from Arsenal. Lacazette's shot there from 25 yards. Goes harmlessly wide. But that was good work right there from Arsenal. Lacazette started the move and finished it, although the finish wasn't great. West Brom are really struggling now, actually, to get out of their half. It's good play from Arsenal, but they're just showing a replay of the chance that West Brom did have a little bit earlier. It was a ball over the top to Robinson, and his shot was straight at Bert Leonard. That's probably a crucial moment in this game, actually, because 2 or 3 minutes later, Kieran Tierney's cut inside from that left and then struck a superb right foot shot, curled it into that top corner. And that's a great goal, actually. That's a fantastic goal. I say second Arsenal goal, following the goal he scored on the final day of the Premier League season back in July in the 3-2 win over Watford. So he likes teams beginning with W, doesn't he? So maybe West Ham will be the next team he scores against, or Wolves possibly. But West Brom now looking very, very short of ideas and confidence. I know there's a long way to go in this particular season, and there's a long way to go in this game, but West Brom is starting to display traits of a relegation side. Really, really do. I know Big Sam's got that record as he's never been relegated out of the Premier League, but this will be the biggest challenge of his career with this team. They really do lack quality. They lack in confidence, and not even playing in the Big Sam kind of way either. You know, they're not really that physical, and they're certainly not causing us any problems at all so far in this game. Just that one opportunity that they had, which maybe was a foul on Xhaka, but anyway, it didn't matter in the end because they missed the chance. But Arsenal have been reasonably comfortable in this first 26 minutes or so. Do lead with that goal from Kieran Tierney after 23 minutes. And I say if we can get another goal now, Big Sam he does need a transfer window. Yeah, I mean, he probably needs a little bit more than just a transfer window. He's going to need a lot of funds. He's going to need to rebuild this team, and he hasn't got a lot of time to do it, has he? Whatever he's left with in January, he's got to work with till the end, hasn't he? And I'm not sure whether or not they've got enough about him at all at the moment to get anything in terms of staying up. But we'll see. If he gets a little bit of money in January, he's quite good at getting some good deals in, isn't he? So let's see what happens. But at this moment in time, they look like a team that are going to be struggling in the Premier League again. I suppose it's typical for them, isn't it? West Brom, they're a bit of a yo-yo club. Well, they certainly have been over the last few years. So Big Sam's got to have to work some real magic, isn't he, to get them out of this. But anyway, let's see what happens. I mean, we've not even played half an hour in this game yet. And I know Arsenal lead and reasonably comfortable in this game as well. There is still a long way to go. And if West Brom did manage to get something now out of this game, that might be what they need, a springboard that they need to push them on. But Arsenal are dominating at the moment. Saka, this is lovely play. Smith Rowe, can he make it 2? He's played it across to Saka. It's 2. That's a beautiful goal. What a beautiful bit of play that was from Arsenal. The young lads there, Smith Rowe and Saka combining there. That was absolutely brilliant. What a fantastic goal that was. Brilliant team goal. Brilliant from Smith Rowe. Once again, he set up a goal for Bukayo Saka. That's the second time in the 3 games over Christmas that them two have combined for a goal. That was absolutely fantastic football. That was on just on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Saka has now just come over to celebrate with David Luiz on the sideline, which was nice to see as well. Just goes to show the influence that some of them senior players have. But what a move that was. It was Smith Rowe, played it into Saka, into Lacazette, back to Smith Rowe, square ball across the 6-yard box, and Saka was there just to tuck it away. Absolutely fantastic goal that was. Brilliant play from the young guys there. Fantastic play, and now I was a bit worried about this game not being that easy, but I think now we've got the cushion of that second goal, and I can see us now going on, and we've got an opportunity, haven't we, to really finish them off now. That was an absolutely brilliant goal, brilliant team goal, and once again Saka gets himself a goal. That's 2 in the last 3 games now, playing from that right-hand side. Pepe and Willian on the bench must be looking on and realising that their opportunities now are going to be a lot more limited, aren't they? Lacazette's then just won the ball back for Arsenal. This could be embarrassing for West Brom, actually, I've got to be honest. Aubameyang now, surely he's going to want to score in this game. Cuts inside, tries a shot, but it's blocked. But Arsenal still winning the ball. But it was a good play from Lacazette there, actually, winning the ball back on the halfway line. And he did feed Aubameyang, but his shot was blocked. I say Aubameyang is going to be desperate to score, isn't he, in this game? But let's see what happens. He's just gone out for a goal kick to West Brom, but that second goal. In fact, there's 2 great goals Arsenal scored in this game. A more individual goal from Kieran Tierney, and then a brilliant team goal that was. Smith Rowe to Lacazette. Lacazette played it back to Smith Rowe. He maybe could have had a shot himself. He was a little bit wide on the right-hand side, but instead he just fired it across a 6-yard box to Bukayo Saka, who just had a simple tap in. Brilliant goal. And it's now 2-0. And we can maybe start to relax and start to enjoy this, actually. It's been all Arsenal in this opening half an hour. In fact, this West Brom team are probably the poorest team that we've played this season, I've got to be honest. Really poor. We lost 5-0 at home on Tuesday. I don't see any reason why we now can't go on from this base and maybe chase a similar score ourselves. I'm sure Aubameyang and Lacazette are both going to want to get in amongst the goals tonight now. But we'll see how the game pans out. It may not end up being as simple as that, but it's been a good opening half an hour from Arsenal. We've been on a front foot from the start, dominated this game, and apart from just that one little lapse that we had when West Brom had a shot, it's been all Arsenal. This is good stuff. Aubameyang now down left-hand side again to Kieran Tierney. Again, he cuts inside. He tried to feed it into Lacazette, but it's gone out for a corner to Arsenal. Every time Arsenal attack, we look as though we're going to score a goal. West Brom defending is quite last-ditch and chaotic. But Arsenal putting together some good moves, some good passing moves. This was a good move down the left-hand side with Tierney and Aubameyang. Tierney was looking for Lacazette, actually, but I say it's gone out for a corner to Arsenal. The snow continues to fall. And it's only our second corner, actually, surprisingly enough. This one's from the near side, the left-hand side. Again, Saka's going to take it. The last corner was a decent one, wasn't it? There was no one really attacking it. But let's see what this one can bring. He's going to go. It's an outswinger there. Dangerous ball again into the 6-yard box, but it's headed out. But it comes back to Saka now, and he finds Smith Rowe. This time down the left-hand side, he threads a little ball through to Tierney. Pulls it back to Lacazette. This is another good move. Smith Rowe back to Lacazette. Lacazette fires it across the goal. It's deflected. It tipped over by the goalkeeper. Almost a third goal. That would have been an own goal there. I think it was a cross from Lacazette. Fired it in, but some fantastic play again from Smith Rowe. What a lovely player he is to watch. He's got everything, hasn't he? But this was a great move again. Lacazette did really well. Smith Rowe, lovely little ping back to Lacazette. And that was going in actually off the defender until the goalkeeper just tipped it over the bar. It was looking for Smith Rowe again, actually. But what a great bit of play that was again from young Emil Smith Rowe. 20 years old he is. He's not really had that many opportunities to play in the Premier League, but that's another. It was a good bit of play again. He's had a couple of good games, isn't he? It's going to be another corner to Arsenal. That was O'Shea then headed that one out. Again, it was Saka with the corner from this near side. And again, it's going to be Saka again. All the Arsenal subs are warming up down that corner, actually. I don't think we need to be thinking about making any changes quite yet, do we? Anyway, Saka's going to take this corner. Again, it's a dangerous ball to the far post. His header comes in from Rob Holden, I think it was, but it was a comfortable save in the end for Johnston, and it remains at 2-0. But really, this is a procession from Arsenal. This is as comfortable a game as we've had in the Premier League all season, if we're totally honest. Probably, well, maybe since the Fulham game on the first day of the season, actually. Of course, they've improved a lot since then, Fulham. But West Brom, unfortunately, look like a team that's going to get relegated, I have to say. And with Sheffield United's results, another defeat for them today, you have to think there's probably going to be them getting relegated as well. I mean, Tierney's having another good run down his left-hand side. What a player he is, Tierney. He's a proper footballer, isn't he? He's strong defensively. He's great going forward. He's got great final products as well. He puts great deliveries in. Obviously, got a great goal today. You know, for the price that we paid for him, what an absolute bargain. One of the best buys that we've done. When you think some of the other players that we've bought in recent years, overpriced and not good enough, and then we've got you know, Tierney, you know, doing the performances that he's doing. Well, turn off the commentary, Mark, and just listen to me. That's all you need to do. Then you can forget about Steve McManaman. You know, just forget that, and you know, just listen to me. Turn the sound off on the telly, and I'll keep you up to date with everything that's going on. All the goals that Arsenal score, all the rest of this game. Great start. Here's a great start, Mark. Yeah, we've dominated this game. I mean, let's be honest. West Brom are dreadful, and I think we do need to understand that as well. But yeah, we've started well. Really positive. We put them under pressure from the first whistle, and here we are, 2-0 up. Fantastic. I say it's probably the most comfortable game that we've had for a long time. The only thing that can really stop us is this snow, which is still coming down really, really heavily. And it is starting to settle on the pitch a little bit as well. I'm sure at half time they'll be out with the scrapers. Getting rid of it, actually. Well, you don't want to say that, Mark, or you get in trouble. If you criticise Karen Carney, you're not allowed to do that. Doesn't matter how crap she is. She's a woman, so you've got to be nice to her. That's the rules, I'm afraid. Because it's 2021 and that's the way it is. So I haven't actually got BT Sport on. I've got some foreign commentary, so I don't even understand what they're saying, which probably is just as well if I'm honest. But anyway, but yeah. So anyway, West Brom now put a cross into the box, but it's I say it looked comfortable for Leno, but he dropped it, but no one was near him. It's quite difficult, I suppose, with a load of snow in your face. But anyway, it's actually starting to settle on the pitch now. The ball making lines as Arsenal pass it along the grass. But it is only 9 minutes till half time, so I'm sure they'll be scraping it all clear during the break. I've not got that commentary on, Mark, I'm afraid, so I haven't heard what they're saying. If they've really made that comparison, then that's quite crazy, really. Yeah, no, it's good to see the kids. I mean, that's been the one highlight for me this season, but certainly over the last few games where we've really played well, it's been those young lads that have really stood out with the energy that they've shown and the quality as well. I mean, Smith Rowe and Saka, absolutely brilliant. Martinelli, I know he's on the bench today, but he's been brilliant as well. Just the energy that they bring. I think Saka's a real deal, I've got to be honest. I think he's one of the best young English players I've seen for a long, long time. Surely he's going to end up being a regular in the England side as well. Absolutely brilliant. He is such a level-headed young player as well. You know, he's not got the attitude a lot of young English players have had over the years, where they've maybe gone off the rails. He's got his head screwed on right. Obviously, he's had a good upbringing, and he's had good coaching as well. And he's just a fantastic player. West Brom now putting another cross into the box, but it's easy for Leno. So yeah, I mean, some of these young players have got a great future, haven't they? And the ones at Arsenal, most of them do seem to have their head screwed on properly. I think the ones that maybe don't are the ones that haven't quite made it yet. You know, I think Reece Nelson maybe hasn't quite got the right attitude. Maybe I think that could be his problem slightly. I think he's got the talent, but certainly these guys in this team over the last few days, the last few games have been brilliant. You know, Aubameyang now whipping across on the left-hand side, and the goalkeeper was stretching. It was Saka coming at the far post, but the goalkeeper's got it. It wasn't the greatest cross, if we're honest. Aubameyang's going to be, I say he's going to be desperate for a goal in this game, isn't he? I don't know who was he comparing Henry, Overmars, Perez and Bergkamp with. I can't really think of anybody that springs to mind. I guess maybe Saka, you could maybe compare him to Perez or Overmars possibly, but not yet, obviously. But you can see maybe a comparison in the future. Smith Rowe could develop into a similar type of player to maybe Bergkamp. Obviously, it's impossible. You wouldn't want to give that pressure on a young lad. I mean, Bergkamp's the best player I've ever seen play football. So I don't think we need to compare with anybody, really. Just let them be themselves. Just let them play their game, which is what they've been doing. And just let them be themselves, you know. Saka's going to be a great player anyway. I think Smith Rowe's going to be a great player anyway. And that was a strange pass there from Holding, which he just kicked it straight out for a corner. I don't quite know what he was doing there. Maybe he got snow in his eyes. I'm not sure. He kicked it straight out for a throw. I don't know if he was looking for Bellerin or for the goalkeeper, but it didn't find either of them. And West Brom now have a corner. what we don't want to do before half time is give them a goal, give them something to give us something to think about. You know, we want to make sure that we see this out till half time at 2-0 or possibly get another goal. But it's 5.5, 6 minutes to go till half time in the snow. And West Brom do have a corner on the far side. Of course, you'd expect them to be dangerous from this with Big Sam. It's a decent cross actually, and the header comes in, but it's wide. I think it was a defender with the header there. The one who scored against Liverpool, I think it was actually. But yeah, so we just need to make sure we see this out till half time. I mean, yeah, Tierney, he does look as though he's got all the attributes to be a captain. Let's be fair. Is the way his attitude is on the pitch, the way he's playing consistently every single game. I would say he's definitely up there. Yes, his age may be slightly against him. I think he's only 23, isn't he? I know Tony Adams was captain very young. I'm not really sure if a fullback position is a position for a captain. Maybe, I don't know. He certainly seems to have a lot of the characteristics to be captain, without a shadow of a doubt. But I don't know. No one in this team for me sticks out as really being a leader, other than maybe one or two of the more experienced players. I say Xhaka, to me, would make a good captain. I know he's not very popular with the fan base. That's the problem there. David Luiz, another one, looks like a natural leader on the pitch. Maybe Rob Holding, you know, he plays in the right position. He's got a little bit more experience. He's a little bit older. He's now settling into the team. Potentially, he could be a captain as well. There isn't a lot of options. I guess that's the reason that maybe Tierney's being pushed so far forward for the role. I mean, I certainly wouldn't have a problem if they made him captain. Certainly not. Just a yellow card there. Is that for Bellerin again? He's obviously just back from a suspension from too many yellow cards, so we need to be careful. But I think that's been reset now, hasn't it? Because we've reached December. That was a late challenge, actually. Wasn't nasty, but it was late. And West Brom now have a free kick. And again, we don't want to concede anything before half time. If we go in at half time 2-0, we should comfortably win this game. But if we let West Brom get back into this, it's going to be a tense second half, isn't it? But it's a free kick now, midway inside the Arsenal half on that far side, played into the box. It's flicked on, comes to the far post, but Arsenal defend it well, actually. With Kieran Tierney again, brings the ball out, but he gets tackled, or was it maybe possibly even fouled? But anyway, it is a throw. I think it's a throw to Arsenal on this near side. But again, West Brom have looked a little bit dangerous when they put balls into the box. They do get men on the end of them, but so we've defended pretty well so far. I say it's just that one opportunity West Brom had just before we took the lead, actually. That could well end up being a turning point in this game, in actual fact. But anyway, I also got a throw now on this near side, about 10 yards inside the from the edge of the end of the touchline. It's a bit scrappy now. In the ball's just being lumped around. Really, no one's really getting a foot on it. Rob Holding heads it out, but comes back. West Brom now down his near side. Cross comes into the box, was headed out by Mari to Tierney, but he's given the ball away. Actually, Tierney there, looking for Smith Rowe. West Brom now on the far side, looking to try and get a goal back before half time, which will give them something to fight for at least, won't it? We just need to see this out now. This is West Brom's best spell there. I think the pitch played a part there, and Arsenal do get a free kick. It was Gallagher actually who slipped initially on the surface. Lacazette nipped in to take the ball off him, and then Gallagher just fouled him as he tried to win it back. A little bit unfortunate there, possibly, but anyway, Arsenal got a free kick. It's going to be midway inside our own half, just slightly to the right hand side. So 2 minutes now, the first half of remaining, plus stoppage time. There won't be an awful lot of stoppage time, I wouldn't have thought, because there hasn't been a lot of stoppages. And I do think that we need to get this pitch cleared for the second half, because the snow's been relentless throughout this game. But Arsenal we've played well for the most part of this. I'd say 2-0 and reasonably comfortable. Mari's now got the ball in the centre circle. Can't really see the lines anymore, but anyway, it's played out to Tierney. We might need the orange ball in the second half. That's a good ball actually down the channel for Lacazette. Lacazette's done really well. He's in the penalty area. He drills a shot in at the near post, but it hits the goalkeeper. It's a good save actually. They still haven't got it clear, West Brom. And they've cleared it now. That was good play from Lacazette actually. He did really, really well there. Very tight angle for a shot. He tries to drill it in at the near post, and the goalkeeper Johnson again made a good save. I'd say he's a decent goalkeeper, that lad. I've been maybe saying we should look at him possibly for our second choice goalkeeper. You know, obviously with Renarson not looking up to the task, he'd be a good bet, wouldn't he? Or would he want to leave West Brom playing every week to come to Arsenal and be sitting on the bench? I'm not sure, but anyway, he's a good goalkeeper. He looks a good goalkeeper to me. Been impressed with him this season. But anyway, Arsenal, they're looking as though we're just going to try and play this out till half time. Rob Holding's got the ball currently, just about to go into the centre circle, but plays it out instead to Danny Ceballos, 15 forward down that right hand side into Lacazette, plays it out to Bellerin on the far side. Actually, Bellerin's done well, but no, it's not. It's given away a free kick. It looked like he'd done well actually there to get past his man. But Lacazette's linking the play well in this game. He's dropping in, linking well, and he had a good opportunity there to score. Actually, he did really well down his near side, cut inside, and then tried to drill it in the near post. The goalie almost turned his back on it, and it's hit him. I don't quite know what the goalie was doing there actually, but it was effective because he kept the ball out, and West Brom managed to scramble it clear. So, so well done to him for that. But Arsenal now just trying to say we just need to see out this. We're into the first of 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Arsenal win the ball back well on the edge of the penalty area there. Now Bamian plays it to Kieran Tierney. Just knocks it into Pablo Mari. So 2 minutes of stoppage time is going to be, we've played 30 seconds already, so just got another 90 seconds to hang on to this lead. And I say 2-0 at half time. It's fully deserved, I think, for Arsenal. West Brom had that one opportunity, really, a couple of corners, but they've not really threatened us. We've been in total control of this game. We've scored 2 and possibly could have been 3 or 4 up, if we're honest, with the dominance that we've had. And let's hope in the second half we can add a few more goals. It's been an enjoyable watch this, certainly from an Arsenal point of view, and perhaps not for a West Brom fan. I'm sure they're not probably enjoying this. But it's certainly been an enjoyable watch from Arsenal, from an Arsenal perspective. Big Sam doesn't look too happy there on the sideline. Don't know what he can say at half time, really. They've not got a quality, have they? That's the problem. But anyway, that's for them to worry about. We need to just worry about our own performance and making sure in the second half we continue in this vein, because this would be it's an opportunity, I think, to really to get some more goals in the second half and really build on a confidence that we've built up over the last week or so since Christmas, or since Boxing Day, certainly. So it's now played over to the far side to Bellerin. We're now in the last few seconds of this first half. Bellerin again tries to link through with Saka, but Saka didn't make the run actually, and he's frustrated with himself. And the ball run through to goalkeeper Johnston. And I think that's pretty much going to be it for the first half. And in fact, it is. The half-time whistle's gone. Yeah, take that half-time. Yeah, definitely. I would have took that at the start, actually. I mean, my prediction before the game was a 2-0 Arsenal victory. So I definitely took that at full-time. But half-time's fantastic. It's been a good first half. 2 great goals, actually. Kieran Tierney, midway through the first half, cutting from the left-hand side, curled a shot in with his right foot. Top corner, fantastic goal that was. And then the second goal, not long afterwards, a brilliant team goal. Lacazette and Emile Smith-Rowe played a little 1-2 on the edge of the box. Smith-Rowe filled the ball across and Saka came in to tap it home from close range. And yeah, Russ, evening, Russ. How you doing? Thanks for dropping in. Much better performance. Yeah, it is a much better performance. I mean, West Brom are poor, let's be honest. Let's not kid ourselves, but yeah, you've got to go out and beat who's in front of you, and that was a good performance. Smith-Rowe, any good? Yeah, Smith-Rowe's been brilliant. Again, he drops into spaces really well. He's very intelligent with the ball, and he set up the second goal. And he's just a quality player, isn't he? And he showed that in his first half here. Yeah, good first half from the boys it was. Your prediction earlier, 3-1, is looking maybe a little bit conservative as well after that first half performance. You know, maybe a little bit disappointed if it finishes 3-1 now, I guess, when we're 2-0 up already. But any win will do at the end of the day. We can't be too choosy about the the scores. We just need to win the games, don't we? That's the main thing. So let's hope that we can go on from this. I say get a really nice comfortable victory, which has been we've not really had one every for a while. I suppose the Chelsea game we were 2-0 up at half time, but you just knew with Chelsea's quality that they could easily come back and get something out of the game. So whereas in this particular game, you can't see West Brom doing that, if we're totally honest. So yeah, but no, that was a decent first half. That I enjoyed that. Nice to see Arsenal playing nice, relaxed football. We can be nice and relaxed as well, not have to stress too much about the games, which is unusual, isn't it, for us? We certainly don't normally have that luxury, do we? We certainly haven't done much this season, so that was nice. I say let's hope that the second half can be similar. So I think it's an opportunity for us to get some goals, get a goal difference back. I think we'll be 11th if we win this game, which might not sound that great, but when you think where we were a week or so ago, it's been a great turnaround, and suddenly we're looking, certainly in terms of points, I think we'll only be 6 points off the top 6, or maybe even the top 4. It's very tight, isn't it? Another 2 or 3 victories in the next few games. You've got to look at our next 2 league games are both winnable, aren't they? Crystal Palace and Newcastle. The way that we're playing at the moment, you've got to say we'd have a good chance of getting another 6 points from them 2 games if we carry on like this. And then suddenly the top 6, the top 4 isn't that far away, is it? So it's been a good turnaround from us, but it's consistency now, isn't it? Pushing on from here, and when we start playing some of the bigger teams, some of the more difficult games later on, we need to be able to produce the performances and get the results. Away from home, we've looked pretty comfortable and solid in a lot of the games. Actually, we've lost a few, but we've looked a lot more solid away from home. And I say these last 2 games have been examples of that, really, haven't they? So far, it's another clean sheet. It will be, but we'll see. It's another second half to come. I'm sure Big Sal will have them fired up, and they might come out all firing in the second half. So we need to be on our game, don't we? If you are watching, you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please nip over to YouTube and subscribe. As you can see on the bottom there, I'm trying to reach 250 subscribers if I can. Hopefully in January, that's the target for January. I did do a live show earlier on today as well, looking ahead to this game, looking back on some previous meetings as well against West Brom. Really good show that was. If you haven't watched it yet, check it out on the channel. Melvin was on. He's got some great stories. Again, he had some great stories today. Andrew was on as well. He's not been on for a while. He's had a few issues, but he was on today. Nice to see Andrew again from Dial Square to Where, of course, is his channel. So check him out as well. I think them guys are over on the Mr. Arsenal podcast, Watchalong as well today. That's another good channel as well. So, check that out as well. But I say stay with me for the second half, because I'm sure that there'll be a lot more goals to come in this game, one way or another. We'll see. Hopefully we can finish the job off and get the victory that we desperately need. And I think there's an opportunity here to really try and get some goal difference back as well. We haven't got the best goal difference, have we? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and make myself a drink, and then I'll be back for the second half, and hopefully see some more Arsenal goals, because that'd be great, wouldn't it? So stick with me for the second half. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. So if you haven't done so, nip over to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. Like the video wherever you're watching it. It's out on YouTube, it's out on Twitter, it's on Facebook. I believe it's on Facebook. It says it is. There's an issue with that at the start, but I think it's on Facebook now. So yeah, so give it a like wherever you are. A couple of people have liked it on Facebook already, so thanks to you guys. And I say please nip over to YouTube as well, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And let's see if I can get to 250 by the end of January. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? So stay tuned. I will be back in about 5 minutes for the second half. I'm just going to get myself a nice cup of tea. And then I will be back. So stay with me. Good first half that. West Brom 0, Arsenal 2. Hello, I'm back again. Just got a cup of tea ready for this second half. Which I say that first half was good from Arsenal. Let's be honest, it was good to watch and good to be that comfortable as well. And let's hope so more in the second half. Get a few more goals and move on up the league, which will be good. I don't know whether he's going to risk playing Martinelli now. Maybe give him a rest for this game. Maybe if we get a third goal, he might not bother. But I'm sure Aubameyang and Lacazette are going to be desperate to score, aren't they, in this game? So it'll be interesting to see what happens if either of those two come on. I'll maybe get a little bit more light on. A little bit better with a bit more light, doesn't it? So yeah, I thought it was a good first half, and let's say look for some more goals in the second half now, and push on from here. Really, lovely cup of rosy to warm me up. I'm only warming up. I've got a fan on. It's quite warm in here. My little office, or my little studio. Really, I suppose it is now. It's been my office for work. It's more of a studio now for my videos, and of course, I'm also now doing my junior football and grassroots football videos as well again. So I might be doing a game tomorrow actually, with a bit of luck, an under 16s game. I was supposed to do a game this morning, but it got called off unfortunately due to the pitch. So we're looking to get a few more of those videos done as well over the next few weeks. So if we're involved in grassroots football in the northeast, then get in touch because I can get video highlights, DVDs, and all that kind of stuff for grassroots football. It doesn't have to be kids football; it can be adult football as well. I do so. After the team's out for second half now, it's still snowing. They've cleared the lines from the pitch. They haven't cleared the rest of the pitch, but it has settled now quite a lot actually. In some of the worst conditions that we've actually played in, I can remember for a long time actually. With this snow, it looks like a substitute's been made for West Brom. Is that Charlie Austin? I think it is. I think it's Charlie Austin. Yeah, it is. Charlie Austin's coming on for West Brom. I'm not sure who's gone off. I'm sure it will come up on a caption in a minute. I wonder what happened to Charlie Austin. Of course, he's scored a few goals in the Premier League, hasn't he, over the years for Southampton, I think, and QPR, a few other teams maybe. But yeah, he's come on for West Brom. So, Big Sam obviously wasn't prepared to keep going with the same team that he had in the first half. Arsenal now, we've kicked off. West Brom kicks off. Arsenal now taking a goal to our right, which would have been the end where the away fans would have been had there been any in the ground, which I'm sure where I would have been rather than sitting here doing this. But anyway, usually, of course, you want to see your team score, don't you? In the away end, it's Diagana that's gone off, by the way, for West Brom, just in case you were wondering. And Charlie Austin's come on, so an attacking change for West Brom. They're still using a white ball, oddly, when the pitch is quite white now, apart from the penalty area and the centre circle lines that's been cleared, but they're still using a white ball, which is not very easy on the eye on the camera, if we're totally honest. But anyway, let's see what this second half produces. Pablo Mari's currently got the ball on that far side, plays it out to Kieran Tierney, who knocks the ball down the line. It's a good ball actually towards Aubameyang, but I think it must have gone out. And the referee has given, I think, a throw to West Brom on the far side. Sam Allardyce is not looking particularly happy. I think he's realising, isn't it, the big job that he's got on now at West Brom. If he's going to save another team from relegation, this is going to be the biggest. I think it's going to be the biggest task of his career. Probably be the biggest success of his career if he pulls it off as well. I know West Brom survived once before, didn't they? When they were looked doomed, and they survived on the last day, if you remember. They've got a chance here, actually. It's a free shot in the penalty across the goal. It's hit the post, comes back out, and West Brom have scored. But I think the flag's up. I don't think it's going to count, actually. I don't think it's going to count. It's probably going to get a VAR. But West Brom had the ball in the net. It was Robertson that scored. But is it offside initially in that run? He looks offside. Well, is he actually? Is Bellerin playing him onside? There's a ball over the top. Initial shot hit the far post. It came back out to Robertson, who smashed it into the top corner, but it's been disallowed anyway. I didn't see a VAR replay, but I think he was offside, and I think it was a right decision, actually. I wondered how he was that free on his own inside the penalty area. It was a good shot, actually. It went through sort of Burt Leno, hit the far post, and I'm not sure it was that had that shot, actually. But anyway, it came out to Robertson on the edge of the box. He did put it in well, but the flag was already up, and it was offside. Russell went to slip. Yeah, we did. I mean, we did have quite a high line. I don't know whether that was the plan, but yeah, we almost got caught out with that long ball over the top. We're going to have to be careful, aren't we? I think the next goal in this game, if West Brom did score it, and it was quite early on in the second half, then it's going to change the whole complexion of this whole game, isn't it? We know what Charlie Austin can offer up front as well, so we do need to keep switched on, get through these first 10 or 15 minutes, and then we can maybe grow into this second half, get the third goal, and then it's happy days. But let's see what happens. I say it was Robinson there with that goal that was chalked off, thankfully. I say, because if West Brom do get an early one in the second half, I do feel as though we are going to have to really work hard to see this out from what's looking, or what has been looking like a pretty comfortable situation. But we'll see. Let's hope that that doesn't happen. But West Brom, certainly, you can see that Big Sam's got at him at half time, understandably, rightly so, because they were very, very poor in that first half. But they've come out looking with a lot more purpose, West Brom. We maybe sat back a little bit. Do we feel the job was done? I'm not sure, but we need to be on it, because I say this has been a much better start from West Brom. They're moving the ball quicker. They're putting it into a bit more dangerous areas. And we're having to actually work now for this, where we maybe didn't in the first half. But Lacazette's just won a foul there. Just got himself in front of the defender. It was Ivanovic again, actually. He's given away a couple of fouls. So there's going to be a free kick. Yeah, just pushing the back there. You're not going to be able to get away with that, unfortunately, mate. You might have done when you was at Chelsea, but not anymore. So another long ball there over the top from Arsenal. But difficult to keep track of the ball in this snow, I've got to be honest. It's really need an orange ball. Come on, get the orange ball out. Stop messing about with this white ball. A lot of players losing their footing as well. It's difficult conditions, isn't it? This is a sort of game now where you just need to dig in, get the job finished, win the game, and then go home and move on. Difficult conditions for both teams. Now, in fact, it's a good job that we've got them 2 goals, because I think the conditions are a lot worse now than they were at the beginning. It's going to be more difficult, obviously, for both teams, not just for us, but it's going to be difficult for both teams. But anyway, Arsenal now looking to break away down this near side with Hector Bellerin. He's played all right tonight, actually. Again, a decent game, Hector Bellerin. He gets a lot of criticism, doesn't he? He gets a lot of sticks, so it's only fair to praise him when he plays well. And I think he's had a decent game tonight. Me feed is just lagging. Maybe it's got a bit cold. Not sure. I might see if I can find another one. I'll give this one 2 minutes, but I might have to find another one and see if I can get something a bit better. Let's have a look. I'll get a better feed. Yeah, I've got another feed anyway. So yeah, maybe slightly, a little bit further behind that other one. Actually, I can see the ball a little bit better now. In fact, I think it's a yellow ball. I think it was a feeder before. The picture wasn't great. I think it is a yellow ball. Anyway, Hector Bellerin is coming forward here. It's a good ball in to Emil Smith-Rowe, who does well again. Plays it back to Ceballos, finds Saka, and now it's back with Smith-Rowe into Ceballos again. Got a little bit of space, plays it out to Bellerin. Bellerin digs out a cross, but it's too close to the goalkeeper. Poor ball actually from Bellerin. And comfortable there for the goalkeeper, Johnston, who's done all right actually. He's made a couple of good saves, hasn't he, in this game? Otherwise, I say we could have already been on the bus, as it were. But we've still got a bit of work to do, I think, in this game. Certainly in this early part of this second half, I do really feel we need to another ball play for actually a dangerous ball. Rob Holding comes across. He was a bit slow getting there actually. In fact, he didn't get there. He got there now. It was Gallagher there who beat Holding to the ball. I think he was maybe expecting Holding to get there first, and when he didn't, his touch took the ball out of play actually. But again, it's a ball into a dangerous area. Rob Holding was favourite there, but I don't know whether he was unsure on his feet. He didn't want to slip and maybe concede a penalty. Maybe that was clever defending in the end, but he's laughing about it now. But he might not have been laughing if they'd got a goal from that. But anyway, we've got a goal kick instead, which Leno's going to take. He's going to take it long. I've noticed the way we've stopped playing it out from the back actually over the last few games. In fact, I can't remember us doing it from goal kicks at all since the Man City game. I may be wrong. We may have done it once or twice, but we're certainly not doing it anywhere near as often as we was doing it before. And obviously it wasn't working particularly well. So it was a good tactic not to do that anymore. And if we're going to lose the ball, at least let's lose it in the other half of the pitch rather than right in front of our own penalty area, which has been the case far too often. But anyway, West Brom are still coming forward down this near side actually. Again with Robertson. Looks a good little player actually, Robertson, for them. Robinson, not Robertson. Gallagher as well. I mean, they've got one or two. That Pereira's not a bad player either, is he, for them? So, they've got one or two decent players for Sam to work with, but I don't think they've quite got enough. That was a decent ball actually there from Robinson into the near post, but it was well cleared. Arsenal make a bit of a hash of it actually, and West Brom got it back again. Again, it's Robinson down this near side, puts another decent ball in. Header comes in. Arsenal don't really deal with it, but it's going to go through to Leno. He's now down injured actually. Inside a penalty area, holding his head. I just think the West Brom player maybe came through the back of him there to attack that cross. But he's going to be fine, isn't he? He's not going to let that bother him. Kieran Tierney, is he? So we don't need to worry too much about him. But yeah, a cross came in there, and it was more the way the guy landed on top of him. Actually, it wasn't so much when he was jumping for the header; it was just the way he landed on top of him. But just like Arsenal making a substitution now. Ainsley Maitland-Niles looks as though he's coming on for Hector Bellerin. I think maybe Bellerin's getting a rest, plus he's been booked as well in this game. Probably makes sense. Ainsley can play in the right wing back position, right back position. Looks quite relaxed as normal, doesn't he? Ainsley's never he never looks particularly stressed or worried, does he? Again, he's looking quite relaxed as he comes on. It looks like he's just going to fill in for Hector Bellerin at right back, as Russ has told us there. Ainsley Maitland-Niles on for Bellerin. Smith Rowe now trying to get inside the penalty area, but he was just beaten to the ball there by the defender. It wasn't a great ball from Aubameyang. I don't think Aubameyang's played that well. I don't know what you guys think about that. I don't think he's been quite on it. He's done a couple of nice things, but he still looks a bit off the pace for me. But that's a great ball there from Ceballos to Lacazette. Lacazette's round the goalkeeper. Oh, and it's off the line. Cleared away. Great chance for a third goal there. Lacazette did really, really well. Saka's now trying to wiggle his way into the penalty area, but I think the goalkeeper there, again, a bit like Holding at the other end, was a little bit unsure on his feet there as he came out. He didn't want to slip over and concede a penalty, so he was a little bit slow coming out. It was a good ball, actually. I think it was Ceballos played the ball in. He was onside Lacazette. He did get there first, got it round the goalkeeper, very tight angle. It wasn't going in, actually. It was going more towards Aubameyang for a tap-in, but the defender did well there. I think the goalkeeper again, I say, like Rob Holding, they don't want to risk giving away a penalty there. But West Brom survived that. But they played a lot better in the second half, West Brom. I'm sure Big Sam will be pleased with their response, actually. But we need to just up our game a little bit more, get this third goal, and then we can relax again. But what we certainly don't need to be doing is letting West Brom, giving West Brom a lifeline in this game, which they've been threatening to do a little bit. Another dangerous cross into the box there, but Maitland-Niles there, his first real touch away. It might be his first touch, actually, clears it away. But West Brom are pretty much first to everything at the moment, and they've just won a free kick. Lacazette was offside, I think. So probably what 10, 11 minutes in the second half, 11 minutes. Not been great from Arsenal at all. West Brom have had the ball in the net. It was disallowed for offside. And Arsenal haven't really got going yet. That little bit of play there with Lacazette was the first time that we've really put an attack together since half time. So we really do need to see this out, because the last thing we need to do is give West Brom something to cling to. But again, the ball's played back to Johnson. Lacazette's chasing it down again. As Russ says there, Lacazette, how much running he is. He's worked his socks off tonight, actually, Lacazette. He probably deserves a goal, actually. But it's not quite fell for him properly yet, has it? And as he might now look like he's wearing white tights, actually, which is a little bit weird. But anyway, it is cold, so we'll let him off. But Smith Rowe on the edge of his penalty area, nice and cool, plays it back to Leno. I mean, so while Maitland-Niles has got tights on, Emil Smith Rowe's got his socks down by his ankles. He's not frightened to get his legs cold, is he? But then I suppose he has been playing that whole game, whereas Maitland-Niles has been sitting on the bench, so it can't have been easy. Been there a few times myself, so I know what it feels like. In fact, Dennis Ceballos is wearing leggings as well. I don't think he was wearing them in the first half, so obviously he must have got a bit cold in that first half. You just need to run around a bit more, mate, then you'll be fine. You don't get cold when you run around. Lacazette certainly won't be getting cold, because he's in fact, he's got tights on as well, has he? I don't know if they've all come out in the second half with tights. I didn't notice it before. I'm sure they wasn't wearing them in the first half, were they? Anyway, that's a foul there on Lacazette. Oh, yeah, Ivanovic came right through the back of him. I'm surprised Ivanovic hasn't got a yellow card yet, actually, because he's committed probably 5 or 6 fouls. One, because he's a little bit clumsy, and 2, I just think he's just off the pace of the game. I don't know how old he is now, but he's got to be well in his 30s, hasn't he? I mean, Arsenal just wasted that free kick, actually. Just a ball played into no man's land, and the goalkeeper just come and got it. Was it Saka that played that free kick? Very disappointing ball if it was. But yeah, Arsenal haven't really got going in the second half at all. It's been very poor, actually, to be honest. The first sort of nearly 15 minutes of the second half, West Brom have been a much better team since half time. Yes, we've got the 2-0 lead, and maybe Arteta don't want to take too many risks, just keep what we've got. But it's quite a dangerous policy. I think, West Brom have already had the ball in the net once, and they've got into 1 or 2 much more dangerous positions. They tried a ball over the top again that Pablo Mari read well, put it out for a throw. But Arsenal haven't really got anything going in an attacking sense in the second half. Now West Brom are bringing a big defender up and see if they can maybe get a goal back. We need to see this out, because there's plenty of time left in this game, over half an hour. We don't need West Brom to be scoring from one of these set pieces, but Pablo Mari deals with that long throw and gets it out. But it's going to come down to that far side. Actually, it's a bit of a poor touch, and Arsenal have won the ball back with Aubameyang, but it goes back to the West Brom goalkeeper, who's come about 20 yards outside his penalty area, kicks it long. It's flicked on, but it's going to go all the way through to Leno. A bit scrappy, that bit of play there from both teams, actually. But anyway, so Arsenal still comfortably 2-0 up, shall we say. But the second half, we really have not got going. And again, we've just given a long ball that's been given away, but we've won it back. Lacazette, again, he's got Saka to this right-hand side, which he's giving it to Saka now, just inside the penalty area. Look, goes past his man, a good cross. Oh, the defender there, did he hit his own post? This cleared off the line, and Lacazette scores, and it is 3-0. A little bit of pinball there inside the penalty area, and Lacazette finished it off there. And that's surely that's the goal Lacazette deserves, if we're honest. And it's a goal that surely seals a victory now for Arsenal. 3 goals and 3 points. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case now. Bit of a strange goal. And as Russ said there, it was pinball. Yeah, exactly what I just said. It was a bit pinball in the penalty area there. It seemed to ping around a little bit. And it's Lacazette with the goal. Top scorer this season. Who would have thought that? It was Saka first of all, actually. Saka did really well on his right-hand side again. Goes past his man. Dangerous ball in. Almost an own goal, actually. He hit the post. Came back to Smith Rowe, and I think it was cleared off the line, and then it came back to Lacazette. It would have been a strange own goal. Smith Rowe shot and hit the defender, and then Lacazette followed up and put it in again. Saka was involved again. Smith Rowe's involved. Some crazy defending there from Smith Rowe. Actually, just denied his first Premier League goal from a clearance off the line, and then Lacazette tucked it away. He scored again. 4 games in a row. He scored in everything because he scored against Man City as well, didn't he? So he's on a bit of a roll at the minute, Lacazette. The sort of run that you'd have imagined Aubameyang was going to be going on. But it's not been the case, has it? Aubameyang's been quiet again, and Lacazette's got the goal. And I think that finishes it off, doesn't it? Bright start to the second half from West Brom, but I don't think they're going to come back with anything from this game now. Excuse me. So yeah, I think that seals it really, and I think that's it now. It's just a matter of can we add some more goals really. West Brom now still coming forward. A long ball there. It's going to go out for Maitland-Niles and heads it out of far post as Charlie Austin was trying to come in around the back, and it's gone out for a corner to West Brom. So they bring all the big guys up. They look to try to get something from this game. They've took it short actually, West Brom. And Gallagher now curls it in, but it's not really a particularly great ball. And Leno's come for that and throws it out quickly actually down to this near far side. Sorry, it's Pablo Mari looking for a bit of support. He's got Smith Rowe with him, gives it him back, and then plays it back. Actually, it was Ceballos. Sorry, I keep getting them too confused. Actually, they look quite similar. They probably don't in actual fact. Just they look a little bit similar to me. Anyway, a long ball played over the top, and it's cleared away by West Brom. 2 West Brom players kind of getting each other's way actually, but they do clear the ball away. Here's Pablo Mari this time with a header. I think there's a head injury there, so West Brom player. It was Phillips actually. I think he crashed into his own teammate there. 2 of them went for the same ball. But I think he's all right. He's not going to need any treatment, and he's going to be okay to carry on. The West Brom captain, but yeah, it was his own player Gallagher actually that he crashed into. But anyway, he's fine now, and he can carry on. And he's going to be. I'm not sure what the referee's given here. I think it was a drop ball. But anyway, West Brom now clear the ball down to this near side. Robinson's looked quite lively for them actually. I say it was him who scored their goal. It was disallowed, but Arsenal managed to get that away. Comes into Lacazette. That's a nice ball actually to Granit Xhaka. Now Aubameyang on that left-hand side, drifting in now. He's got Lacazette in front of him, but it goes out to Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney plays it across, and Lacazette's in again. And it's 4. It's given. I thought he might have been offside, but he's not. It's given. Lacazette again. 4-0 to Arsenal. This is now comfortable. West Brom's defending is absolutely terrible. And having lost 5-0 at home 2-3 days ago, they're now losing 4-0. And I think they're pretty much on their way down. Another good move from Arsenal, actually. It was a good counter-attack. Aubameyang was involved. He fed Tierney out on his left-hand side. Lacazette's made a run into the penalty area. He was unmarked. He was onside. And he couldn't really miss from about 4 yards. Open goal. Tucked it away nicely. And as Russ says there, Lacazette is on fire. He certainly is. I mean, to be fair, he couldn't really miss that one. But again, it was Kieran Tierney now, a goal and an assist. That's a good ball into the box there. And I think it come off his knee, actually. It doesn't matter because it's gone in. When they're going your way, they're going your way. Lacazette's now calls on a hat-trick, which I don't think he's got a hat-trick for Arsenal yet, has he, in his Arsenal career, which is quite strange for a player who scored quite a lot of goals for the club. I think West Brom's heads have gone now, and I do think we can score a few more. We've never scored more than 4 goals in a game under Arteta yet, in any competition. 4 is the most that we've scored a couple of times in the Premier League before, against Newcastle and against Norwich at the end of last season. And we've scored 4 a couple of times in the Europa League, haven't we? Against Dundalk and Austria Vienna and a couple of others. Anyway, Ivanovic is now going off, and former Arsenal player Carl Bartley's coming on. It was featured, of course, on the show earlier when we looked at players that's played for both clubs. I'm not actually sure how many games Carl Bartley played for Arsenal, maybe 1 or 2 in the League Cup. And that was it. So, not a great Arsenal career, unfortunately, for him, but he's playing for West Brom now, and he's just come on. in place of Ivanovic. 25 minutes to go. And also got a free kick on the far touchline. It looks like it's going to be Danny Ceballos or possibly Saka who's going to take it. It's going to be Saka. Ceballos runs over it. Saka plays it. It wasn't a great ball, actually. He didn't get past the first man. But West Brom struggling to get it away. In fact, they don't because Lacazette picks it up. He's had a great game, Lacazette, actually. Deserves his 2 goals, even though the second one was a little bit of a fortunate finish, maybe. But anyway, Emil Smith-Rowe now to the edge of the penalty area. Plays it back to Ceballos, who's going to strike it from distance, but it's gone wide. I suppose when you're 4-0 up away from home, you can take a risk with a shot from that sort of distance, can't you? Which Ceballos did. Of course, not known for his goal scoring. He's only ever scored 2 goals for Arsenal. But he thought he'd try his luck there from distance, and then it went harmlessly wide. But Arteta must be happy with his performance today. First half in particular. The second half, yes, we've been a little bit flat, but we have got ourselves 2 good goals. And, surely this is going to give us the points as well. Maitland-Niles there intercepts the pass down this right-hand side. Plays a long ball, actually, but not really to anyone in particular. It's gone straight through to goalkeeper Johnston. Again, he's letting a lot of goals, but he's played all right, hasn't he, the West Brom goalkeeper? Anyway, it's a throw now to Arsenal on its near side, Arsenal's right, which Maitland-Niles in his white tights is going to take. Gets the ball back from Ceballos, who's also in white tights, and he plays it to Holding. It looks like Willian might be coming on, actually. Willian, of course, who missed the last 2 games with illness. He's now back, and it looks like he's going to come on. Obviously, there's something that says he has to actually appear in every single match. But anyway, Saka now is coming clear down his right-hand side. He's had a great game today. He's going on a little solo run here into the penalty area. He's just forced out a little bit, but he did really well there, Saka. What a fantastic young player this guy is. Aubameyang now, he's going to be desperate for a goal, isn't he? Tierney with another cross. Nobody made that run. Maitland-Niles was coming in late, but West Brom can clear it away. Comes to Xhaka. He's had a steady game, actually. That's a decent ball over the top there. 2 players come together in the penalty area. It was an Arsenal player and a West Brom player, but the referee just says, get on with it. It was Aubameyang, not sure who the West Brom defender was. And West Brom can bring the ball out now, looking to build an attack of their own. But it looks like, I say, Willian is going to come on shortly. I'm assuming it might be for Saka, because he did come into this game having got a bit of an injury against Brighton, didn't he? He was forced off in that game, so maybe they're going to rest him up. Or maybe Smith-Rowe, who again's had a decent game. But West Brom now looking for a consolation goal, ball into the 6-yard box, but it's well defended by Ceballos initially, and then cleared up by Maitland-Niles. And now Saka again. What a great game he's had, hasn't he? Again, absolutely brilliant with the ball coming in from that left-hand side, from the right-hand side, sorry. Anyway, now it's with Aubameyang down the left. He's got Tierney ahead of him, but it wasn't a great ball. West Brom can clear it. Aubameyang's just not on his game at all. Saka's now gone down holding his ankle, and of course he did suffer an injury, didn't he, against Brighton, so I wouldn't really be taking any more risk with him today. Actually, he got caught there slightly off the ball. I think it was Gallagher that caught him. I don't think he meant it, but he's got a yellow card anyway, Gallagher, for that. So it's just over 20 minutes to go. Willian was set to come on anyway. It makes sense now to get Saka off, I think. In fact, Willian is coming on now. It is Smith-Rowe, actually, that's going off. Another decent performance from Smith-Rowe. Oh, no, is it Smith-Rowe coming off? He's coming over to the touchline to get some instructions, actually. It is going to be Saka, I think, that's coming off. Probably the right decision, that is, because Saka, again, took another knock. He's been kicked about, hasn't he, the last couple of games, but he certainly let his football do the talking. Another good performance from Saka, another goal as well. What a player he's going to be, isn't he, as he develops even more. It's Willian that's come on. I say Willian must have something in his contract to say he's got to appear in every single game when he's available. But Saka's limping slightly, but I'm sure he'll be fine. And he's now got a week's rest anyway to their next game, which isn't until next Saturday in the FA Cup, of course. But Arsenal now looking for another goal. So we've never scored more than 4 under Mikel Arteta. So we're never going to get a better opportunity, are we? With still 20 minutes to play in this game, 4-0 up, as comfortable as it gets, really. But the ball's currently back with Bernd Leno, who pings it into Danny Ceballos, who's put under pressure actually. It does come all the way back to Leno again. I think he can pick that up because it came off the West Brom player. And in fact, he has done. And Ceballos now can bring the ball out again. Says Arsenal have had 16 attempts, of which 10 have been on target. That's the most we've probably had on target in any game this season, actually. 10 on target, 4 goals. So it's been a lot more positive, hasn't it, in the final third? Again, Smith Rowe's made a difference, Saka's made a difference. Obviously, Martinelli's even been rested in this game. Let's see if Willian can make an impact in these last 20 minutes or so. He just had his first touch there on the near side touchline. He's played over on the right-hand side, replaced Saka. He's now got a chance to run down this wing. Faced with a defender, cuts inside. But he gives the ball away. Again, it's poor play from Willian. He's only just come on, so we need to give him a little bit of time to settle into the game. But that was poor. He did well initially, but then it was a lazy pass. Now Tierney's got the ball on the far side, finds a Aubameyang into Granit Xhaka. Arsenal now looking comfortable spell of possession again. I mean, it hasn't been the greatest second half, actually, in terms of quality from either team, if we're honest. I don't think the conditions have helped. The pitch is very slippery. Players are losing their feet. They don't feel comfortable. But anyway, we've got the 4-0 advantage, which is the main thing. So it'd be nice to just finish it off with another goal, wouldn't it? And get that 5th goal for the first time under Mikel Arteta. In fact, I think the last time we scored 5 goals was against Bournemouth in, I think it was February 2019. So it's nearly 2 years ago since we scored 5 goals in the game. I'm sure that was the last time. I'm sure Russell knows because he seems to know a lot of. He seems to be plugged into Google quite a lot. But that's the last time I can remember. Tierney now down his left-hand side. It's a low ball into the box, but again, West Brom clear it away. It wasn't the greatest cross, if you're honest. But anyway, West Brom have now got the ball away. Arsenal won it back again. Ceballos there gets his foot in and wins the ball. But West Brom now coming forward with Robinson down this near side there left. He's faced up with Maitland-Niles, who's holding him up well enough for now. The ball's played back into the middle. Arsenal have got a good shape, actually. Really good shape. West Brom have got the ball, but they're not able to do anything with it, really. Robinson then with a long crossing, but it's headed out there, pushed on by Aubameyang, I think it was, looking for Lacazette, but he has no one near him. And again, Maitland-Niles wins that header, finds Willian, gets it back, and again, nice and tidy this from Arsenal. Plays it back inside the penalty area for Rob Holding. Plays it out to the far side to Kieran Tierney. Arsenal done well there, actually. Nice bit of play. Xhaka then plays it into Lacazette. Very deep Lacazette inside his own half, but it does well to hold the ball up. He's good at that, isn't he? With his back to goal, dropping in, getting the ball and linking the play. It's one thing he's really good at. And now he's added goals to his game as well. So 4 in the last 4 games. He's our top scorer now by... I think he's 2 or 3 ahead, isn't he? His nearest rival, I think, is Eddie Nketiah, funnily enough. Anyway, so Ceballos is now going on a run. Really good run, actually. He finds Willian, plays it inside to Smith Rowe. He's still got his socks rolled down to Granit Xhaka. This is nice play from Arsenal. This Aubameyang, if we can score at the end of this, what a great goal this will be. Aubameyang plays it out to Kieran Tierney, just on the edge of the penalty area. Gets into the penalty area, chips the ball into the box. It comes to Willian. Oh, and a miss it shot. And then it's turned over by Aubameyang. That was a comedy of errors there. It was a miss-hit shot from Willian. Aubameyang tried to react and respond and stuck his foot out. He was over the bar. This isn't the same Aubameyang that we've had for the last 2 seasons, is it? Nowhere near. Willian had a good chance on the volley, actually, and Aubameyang from about 5 yards there turned it over the bar. 6 yards. It was a bit less than 6 yards, I think it was, actually, Ross. I think it was about 4 yards. It did come to him quickly, but no, I agree. This isn't the same Aubameyang that we've seen for Arsenal previously over the last couple of years, is it? He's not looking sharp. His head's down a lot. Nothing seems to be coming off for him at all. Not sure what's going on with him at all. He's had a terrible season. Really, really poor. and it's not really good enough, is it? You think he's a club captain? He's just got that new contract this season as well, and he's just been really, really poor. I don't know what's gone wrong with him. Actually, he doesn't look anywhere near the player that he was at all. He's struggling, and he's got no real excuses at the moment in his last couple of games, does he? With young players around him, we look a lot more dangerous, a lot more cohesive going forward. Maybe earlier on in the season there was that problem that there weren't chances being created for him, but we're creating chances now. We're scoring goals, and he's not scoring any of them. Smith Rowe's now just been given offside on the far side of the pitch. But yeah, it's not great from Aubameyang at all. I'm not liking his body language, and it looks like Joe Willock's now coming on. So Willock's now going to come on. Is it for Smith Rowe possibly? I think Smith Rowe's got off over on the far side, and Joe Willock, of course, his brother Chris played for West Brom briefly earlier in his career, so I'm sure he knows this ground pretty well. Sort of 13 minutes normal time remaining now, plus a bit of stoppage time as well, I would assume. Obviously, this game's over in terms of a scoreline. The only things left are, will Lacazette get his hat-trick? I say, can Arsenal add any more goals to this? William gets the ball, doesn't beat his man, turns around and passes to him. Yeah, I mean, he's done that already a couple of times, hasn't he? Really, really poor. I honestly don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, Arsenal currently got a free kick. Sam Allardyce in deep conversation with his guys on the bench. Not quite sure what he's discussing, really, where they're getting their takeaway from on the way home, I would assume, because this game's done, mate. Anyway, Robinson's now got this ball down its near side, cuts inside, trying to beat Maitland-Niles, who he gets his crossing, actually. It was a decent cross. It falls to the far post, and the shot's over the bar. Was that Charlie Austin there? Looks like he's putting a bit of weight, Charlie Austin, actually. I think he's had a bit too many Christmas puddings. But it was a dangerous ball into the box again, actually. Arsenal didn't really deal with it. And Charlie Austin here fired it high and wide on the turn. Difficult chance, actually, to be fair to him. But yeah, he looks like he's put a bit of weight since his, I was going to call it a heyday. I'm not really sure if it was quite a heyday, but he did score a few goals in the Premier League, didn't he? A year or two ago, I seem to remember. Willian here can't get the ball in, and it's gone out for a throw to West Brom on this near side. Again, quite poor from Willian. Wasn't a great ball to him, if we're honest, but anyway, let's just blame Willian, really, because might as well. So it's a throw to West Brom. And again, they've got themselves into some reasonably dangerous positions, but they just haven't had the quality to do anything when they've got there, really. It's a big job for Big Sam, this, isn't it? If he's going to turn this around. They conceded 9 goals in their last 2 home games, and yet they recently got draws away from home, didn't they, against Man City and Liverpool? Strange set of results that is, isn't it? But anyway, I mean, maybe they're just better suited away from home, where they can maybe play on the counter attack and just get everyone behind the ball. I don't know, but anyway, they've got thrashed again at home. It'd be nice if Arsenal can get this 5th goal, actually. So it'd be nice for maybe Lacazette to get a hat-trick. Willian again just gives the ball straight away to a West Bromwich Albion player. I'm not sure what Willian Arteta sees, but he certainly doesn't see the one who's playing in this game. Anyway, Aubameyang's now got loads of space to run into down his left-hand side. Can he actually produce a goal finally? Goes past his man, shoots. That's a good save, actually. Or did it hit the post? I think it might be a good save, actually, by the goalkeeper. But another chance goes missing for Aubameyang. He's got the ball again. He does seem to be lacking confidence, doesn't he? He needs something to go in, maybe, for him. But anyway, Tierney now on his left-hand side into Aubameyang. Plays it back to Tierney. Arsenal really at walking pace. Tierney fires it off a West Brom defender. It's gone out for a throw. Aubameyang gets into the penalty area. Goes around the outside of Bartley. And goes around the outside of him. Fires it with his left foot. Actually, it was a good save by the goalkeeper. It was quite close to him. But I say a confident firing Aubameyang scores that, doesn't he? And West Brom made another substitution. Phillips has gone off and Harper has come on. Wasn't a great night for Phillips, was he? Had that one chance, didn't he, in the first half when it was 0-0. Big opportunity in a game that was. If he'd scored that, it could have been a totally different story. But just a few minutes later, of course, we scored that first goal with Tierney, and that's that. And the good news is it stopped snowing. The pitches, the snow's come off the pitch, and I can actually see what's going on a lot better now as we move into the last 10 minutes. Comfortably 4-0. So I really want Arsenal to get a fifth goal. It'd be nice for Aubameyang to get one, actually, just because that's a great ball for Lacazette. He's on a hat-trick, but he's wide. Plays it across the goal. Surely we'll score now. No. Aubameyang missed it at the near post. Tierney was coming at the far post, and West Brom managed to scramble it clear. An opportunity that was there. Protecting the young, exactly. I mean, they've both played, all of them have played a lot of football, haven't they, lately? I think that's a sensible decision to get them off. Saka had a little bit of an injury. Aubameyang couldn't quite reach that, actually, and then the defender just got in front of Tierney. Aubameyang's looking more and more frustrated, isn't he? It's Arsenal's fifth corner now, the far, so it looks like Willian's going to take it. He's going to kick it into the box as well. There's none of this short corner. The referee's unhappy with a little bit of stuff that's going on there inside the 6-yard box in front of the goalkeeper. Not really sure what you expect, really. You know, it's a corner. People doing their job trying to get in a little bit of space. Anyway, it's a corner from Willian. Really poor corner. Doesn't beat the first man. He's going to get it back off Tierney, though, which he does. Plays a little ball into Joe Willock. His first real good involvement in this game so far since he came on a couple of minutes ago. Tierney again's got the ball. Oh, that's a nice ball, actually, for Willock. Oh, he was a bit unlucky there, Willock. The defender just managed to kick it onto Willock. It's gone out for a goal kick. At least Willock there made a good run, actually, into the penalty area, forward thrust from midfield. Not something that we've done a lot of in the last couple of seasons, but he did well there, and he was a bit unfortunate. The ball ricocheted back off him, actually, to go out for a goal kick. But that was good running there from Willock. And now it's a goal kick to West Brom, which is into just over the halfway line, but it was Arsenal won that header. I think it was Joe Willock who won that header. It's now come over to this near side with Maitland-Niles. He looks funny in his tights, actually, and Tobias as well. It's played out to the far side now to Kieran Tierney. No, it's not. Sorry, it's Aubameyang. Kieran Tierney's gone outside him. Of course, there's no tights for Kieran Tierney. Far too hard to wear tights. Jack has now got the ball. He finds Tierney. To be fair, I don't know how he can not wear gloves, or how any of them can not be wearing gloves. The players that aren't, fair play to them. But anyway, the ball gone all the way back to Burnt Leonard. Of course, he's wearing gloves, as you'd expect. The best thing about being a goalie, I suppose, you can wear gloves or not get called a fairy, I guess. But anyway, Arsenal now coming forward. It's Joe Willock, who's wearing gloves. But he's done well, actually, but he's given away a free kick. I thought he'd done well. He looked like he'd lost the ball initially, but he won it back, but unfairly, says the referee. And West Brom can now build an attack down the far side. There's about 5.5 minutes to play normal time. There'll probably be 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time as well. I say this game's been over as a contest for quite some time, since the third goal went in, actually, about the hour mark just after. I say 2 goals from Lacazette in the second half has given us a third victory in a row after the struggles that we had before that. So it's been a good Christmas, hasn't it? And obviously a great start to the new year as well for us. Let's hope we can really build on this now. Of course, the FA Cup defence is our next game next weekend against Newcastle. Going to be a tough game, that, of course. But at least we're going to go into it now in some good form. I was a little bit worried about that game a couple of weeks ago. Looked like it might be coming at a bad time for us, but we've turned it around. And hopefully we'll have all the young players fit and firing again, ready for that game. I think Mikel Arteta knows the importance of the FA Cup. Obviously, it saved our season last year, didn't it? We wouldn't have been in Europe otherwise. And it might well save our season again this year. Certainly, if we can have another good run in that. He's not lost an FA Cup tie yet, has he, Mikel Arteta, for Arsenal? So let's hope that can continue. But anyway, let's just see out this game first. But I say it is job done for Arsenal tonight. In what could have been a very tricky game, let's be fair. It's never easy playing a team that's just been hammered at home and you're playing them a few days later. You expected a response, but I thought Arsenal handled the first half really well. Difficult conditions in the snow, played really well, got 2 very good goals, could have had 2 or 3 more. West Brom did come out in the second half, look a lot more dangerous, and you just thought to yourself, well, you know, they was to get a goal back. They did have a goal disallowed at 2-0, but in the end, Arsenal got the 2 goals in the second half from Lacazette. So Bias has done well there to win the ball, but he's actually conceded a free kick, and he's going to get a yellow card as well. A little bit harsh that. I thought he won the ball there, but anyway. So we got him 2 goals in the second half from Lacazette, and it's just been a matter of whether or not we could get another one. We've had a couple of chances. Aubameyang's had a couple of chances. But anyway, it was he did win the ball quite clearly there, Ceballos. I mean, I think he's got a case there to have that yellow card rescinded. But anyway, I suppose it matters too much now as long as he doesn't get another one in the last 4 or 5 minutes of this game. It's a long clearance there from the goalkeeper. It's actually come all the way through to Robinson down this near side, but Maitland-Niles has done well there in the right back position, but then gives it away, but then wins it back. He's been a bit casual actually in possession, Maitland-Niles, in this game since he's come on. And again, we give the ball away. West Brom now get a shot on the edge of the box. It's blocked, and Joe Willock picks it up and then plays it out to Kieran Tierney, bombing forward in a more central position. Plays it out to Aubameyang, but it goes straight out of play. Wasn't a great pass from Tierney, actually. We don't want to blame Aubameyang for that, although he's not had a great game. In fact, he's been very poor, if we're honest. But anyway, he's looking a frustrated figure, actually. Aubameyang could do with a goal in his last few minutes, really, couldn't he? Just to maybe give him a little bit of confidence and give him a lift. Again, it's West Brom now coming forward down this near side there left. With Robinson, plays it inside to Gallagher. Is he going to try a shot from distance? He does. But Leno's got everything behind it. A comfortable save, really. He was about 25 yards, 30 yards out there. Gallagher didn't have a lot else on, so tried the shot. But it's a comfortable save from Leno. He's not had an awful lot to do. He's made a couple of saves, and that's it. Another could well be another clean sheet for him, hopefully. And in fact, we've only conceded that 1 goal, haven't we, in these 3 games over Christmas? That was a very late goal against Chelsea. And of course, Leno then saved the penalty, didn't he? So it's been a good Christmas all round. And Arsenal are looking for this 5th goal. Willian now down this near side. Can he get a cross in? He does. It was ahead of Willock there. He maybe plays better place behind him with Aubameyang and Lacazette. But Willock got his header in there. And it did go high and wide. A good ball, actually. Good run from Willian. Got to this byline. Put a decent cross in, actually. A very good cross. It was a little bit behind Willock. Maybe Aubameyang needed to shout for that. He was maybe in a better position behind him. But anyway, that was better from Willian. Big Sam seems to be having a bit of a laugh there on the side. I'm not quite sure what he's got to laugh about. Maybe he just understands what he's up against, really, with this team. I mean, it'll be a massive job, won't it? If West Brom actually survive this and don't get relegated from this point here, having lost 2 home games, conceding 9 goals, then he deserves manager of the season, I think. If we can get him out of this. Anyway, West Brom now looking maybe for a late consolation. Be nice if we can get this clean sheet again. So we've been pretty solid away from home. And in fact, this will mean we've got the most clean sheets away all season. This will be our 5th one. And it's been a good performance from Arsenal all round, actually. Kieran Tierney, Saka and Smith Rowe with headlines. Mari and Holding. Yeah, I think Mari and Holding have developed a good partnership, haven't they, actually, in the last few games. I think that, obviously, I don't think Mari would have played, would he, if Gabriel was fit? And in fact, Holding probably wouldn't have played if David Luiz had been fit. So I think it's been a little bit, they've been thrown together maybe when perhaps they wouldn't normally have had the opportunity. But the beauty of football is when you get an opportunity to play, you've got to take it. And those 2 have done that. And I do think that they've been solid again. Another clean sheet away from home. I say that's our 5th one in the league this season. No one's kept more clean sheets away from home now and they've been a big part of that. Rob Holding stepped up really well in the last few games. I still think he still switches off a little bit sometimes, and you can see a mistake in him. But you know, he's been absolutely brilliant in the last few games, hasn't he? In fact, he's had a decent season overall. One or two, I say sloppy moments, but I mean most defenders do, don't they? Let's be honest. But yeah, I think Mari coming in, he's looked a good player actually, and it's going to be difficult for Gabriel to get his place back, isn't it? When he's available again. Let's hope he's okay. Of course, he did test positive for COVID-19, so hopefully he's okay. Anyway, Willian now coming forward. It gets a shot in, but it's another save from the goalkeeper. Another shot on target from Arsenal. Well in double figures now. There's going to be 3 minutes of stoppage time, actually. We've played a minute and a half. Looking for that fifth goal there. Willian cutting from the right. Got a shot of his left foot, but it was a comfortable save in the end from Johnston, who's, I say, he's done pretty well in goal for West Brom, despite the fact he's let in 4 goals again. I think he's been pretty solid. So, yeah, it's been a decent performance from Arsenal, and would have been a decent away game to have been at, wouldn't it? Almost a perfect away day, isn't it? 4 goals, including 2, which would have been in front of the away end as well in the second half, which would have been nice. But anyway, the most important thing is that we've won this game. We've got the 3 wins in a row over Christmas, which I don't think any of us really expected before the Chelsea game. You know, after the Man City Carabao Cup defeat, I don't think any of us would have expected us to go on this run of three victories in a row in these 3 games. So I remember saying on a show that I did that these 3 games, if we didn't win any of them, it may be Arteta's last 3 games. The fact that we've won all 3 of them, that's a good save from Leno actually to keep his clean sheet. Shot from the edge of the box from Harper, the substitute, and it was a good save actually from Leno, just down to his left-hand side. I'm saying a final minute of stoppage time. Not a bad effort actually. It was going in. Leno got across well. Good hand, left hand to it, pushed it out for a corner. He's made a couple of decent saves, Leno actually. You know, that one at 0-0, and that was straight at him. That was a big moment in this game. Rob Holding in heads that corner out of Leno's hands actually, when he would have probably come and collected that. And again, it's a little bit of sloppy defending, but it was an offside anyway. We now played the 3 minutes of stoppage time, and I'm pretty sure, in fact, he's blown a full-time whistle. It's finished. It's finished at the Hawthorns, West Bromwich Albion 0, Arsenal 4. Our biggest league win of the season, our biggest league win since the back end of last season when we beat Norwich 4-0 at home. It'll be our biggest away win actually in the league for quite a long time, probably since that 5-1 at Fulham a couple of years back. So a good performance from Arsenal. Another decent away win. Yes, West Brom were poor in that first half, but we played well. The young guys again stepped up, didn't they? Fantastic opening goal from Kieran Tierney. Came actually just a couple of minutes after West Brom had missed a great chance to go in front themselves. I think it was Roberts with the opportunity. He hit the ball straight at the goalkeeper Leno, where he maybe could have done better. And then I say we did get the goal soon after that. It was a great goal from Kieran Tierney down, cutting from the left-hand side, curled the ball with his right foot into the far corner. So that was a great first goal, and then soon after that we got another really well worked second goal. It was a Saka played the ball into Smith Rowe. He played a lovely 1-2 with Lacazette, got into the box, and then fired it across the 6-yard box for Saka to tap home for 2-0. We could have scored a couple more in the first half as well. We had a few other chances. Then in the second half, West Brom came out. They did have a goal disallowed a bit earlier on, and that was opportunity to get back in the game. They had a goal disallowed, as I say. But in the end, we got 2 more goals close together from Lacazette. 2 good finishes actually to finish it off 4-0. I say our biggest league victory of the season and our biggest away win for quite some time. Another really good performance from Bukayo Saka as well. Another goal and 3 wins in a row. I mean, what more can you want? As Russ says there, great result. It was a great result. Yeah, against a poor team, let's be honest. And yeah, we're back in the title. Of course we are. We're definitely back in the title challenge. I don't think we're ever out of the title race, are we? I mean, I think that puts us actually, I haven't put the league table up yet. I think that puts us in 11th place, which seems still not very good for Arsenal. But when you look at the points now, we're only, I think, 6 points off the top 4, are we, or off the top 6, something like that. So, we're not far away, are we now? And looking at the next few league games, I think we can really, whether we can push on from this now. I think they're going to put the league table up now. Burnley's game against Fulham tomorrow has been postponed, actually. Again, due to obviously the COVID-19, because Fulham's game against Tottenham was postponed as well, wasn't it, the other day? So, unfortunately, that's a problem there. Other league table, we are up to 11th now. We've almost won as many games as we've lost, which is nice, and we've got a positive goal difference as well for the first time in a long while. So that is, West Brom now looking serious trouble. They are 6 points off of safety. Fulham actually just above them. We've got 2 games in hand as well. So I did want to see the top half of the league, actually, just to see how far away we are from the top 6 and the top 4, because I know it's not that far off in terms of points, is it? So, but we'll see. Hopefully I'll put the top of the table up in a minute. It'd be nice to see that for a change, actually. Martin Keogh just talked. I've managed to get a BT feed, actually, which is nice. But yeah, I mean, it was a good performance from Arsenal, wasn't it? Nice, comfortable victory, which is what we needed. I say it's a little bit more comfortable than I was expecting. I thought West Brom would be really fired up for this game after what happened to them the other night, but you can see their limitations, if you like. I suppose that's what you'd have to call it, wouldn't you? Because that's what they are. And we exploited them really, really well in the first half. In difficult conditions in the snow, the pitch looked very difficult. Players were losing their footing and stuff like that. So it's a sort of game where you just need to dig in and get the result. We did that. We played some good football at times, considering the state of the pitch. It's a good victory. But let's not distract away from the fact that West Brom are a very, very poor team. They're the worst team that we've played against all season, actually. And Big Sam's got a massive task on his hands, isn't he? If he's going to save them from relegation. It looks like, I mean, to me, I think they're down. I think Sheffield United are down. It's just who else is going to be the third team to join them. I think Fulham have got a chance of staying up now. They bought well in the summer, and they've got a couple of games in hand as well now with the COVID situation. And if they can come back firing, I think they've got a chance to stay up. So it's going to be to see who's going to go down with these two, I think. But Sam's done it before, hasn't he? Big Sam, he's turned it around. So I wonder if he can do it again. But you saw today really, really how poor this team is. And I don't think he's going to be able to do much with them, I'm afraid. Now, thanks for tuning in, Russ. Thanks for your comments as well. Mark as well in the chat. Ramo earlier as well, Hussein. Mark as well, the Tottenham fan in earlier as well. It's been thanks to all you guys as well. Of course, the Liverpool fan was in earlier as well. Thanks everyone for watching. It was a good performance, actually, enjoyable, because there wasn't the stress and the tensions that there's been watching Arsenal over the last few months. Nice to have a comfortable game for a change, which is always nice to see. Obviously a good victory as well. So we can enjoy match of the day a little bit later, can't we? And watch them goals again. And a few of the other chances that we had. We could have scored 7 or 8 today, couldn't we? Let's be honest. But in the end, we've had to settle for 4, which is fine. I'm quite happy with 4-0 away win. So it would have been a great away day to have been at. But I'm sure we'll be back in the grounds sooner or later, won't we, everybody? So look forward to that. And look forward to better times, I think, in 2021 for Arsenal. It was a great way to start the year with this victory. And now I say hopefully we can push on from here. Next game, not till next weekend, against Newcastle in the FA Cup. And then, in fact, we play Newcastle 2 weeks running, don't we? Because we've got them in the Premier League the week after as well, after we play Crystal Palace in midweek. So if we can win those next 3 games as well, that's going to be fantastic, isn't it? What a great lift that will give us, 6 wins in a row. Who would have thought that after the run that we'd been on? But it just goes to show, doesn't it? Sometimes there are small margins in football. I think a lot of the games that we lost, we maybe was a little bit unfortunate to lose some of them. A few things went against us. And maybe in the last couple of games there, we've seen a difference when things maybe go in your way. These things happen and you start winning. You can get on a run of winning games. And sometimes that's all it is. That's all it's the difference, isn't there? And you can see that in this league this season. There's not much to choose, is there, between probably 12, 14, 15 teams, is there, really, realistically? So, as we've shown, it's easy to go on a bad run, and it can be easy to turn it around and go on a good run as well. So we need to keep this going into the new year. But a great start to 2021. Who would have thought 4-0 away win? Fantastic. I'd say it's our biggest win away at West Brom for quite some time, actually. In fact, I can't remember last time we won an away game 4-0. That's how long ago it's been. So decent day's work from Arsenal. I'll be back tomorrow to do a video of this in a bit more in depth, looking at the positives, picking a man in a match as well, which again is going to be a little bit tricky to do. A few good performances there from Arsenal players against some of the young lads. Fantastic. I've got my mind on one or two players who deserve the man of the match today, so I'll think about that as well. I'll put that video out tomorrow at some point, maybe around lunchtime. It'll probably go live. And yeah, stay tuned to the channel because I'll have a lot coming up this week. What I'm going to do is I will be doing obviously a show looking ahead to the FA Cup game against Newcastle. I will do an FA Cup video prior to that as well. And I do still want to do the look back on the year 2020 as well, which I haven't got around to doing yet. I've been too busy the last week or so with Christmas and stuff to get it done, but I will do that as well. Looking back over the year 2020, Arteta's first year as manager as well, looking at the ups and downs. What was a good start to the year, a decent middle bit and a decent ending, but all those bits in between maybe wasn't quite so good, was it? But anyway, I'll do a video or two on that as well over next week with a bit more. I'll have a bit more time on my hands as well to do that. So stay tuned to the channel. Thanks for everyone for watching. Thanks for all your comments in the box as well. Thanks for everyone who's given it a like as well. There's a few on Facebook, so thanks for that, and a few on other platforms as well. So wherever you're watching it, please give it a like. Please stay tuned to the channel this week. Lots coming up. I say stay tuned tomorrow as well for my review video of this game as well. Should be a good watch. That some nice positives to look at as well. And of course, in the meantime, as always, as we move forward, another great victory, 3 in a row. Who would have thought that a couple of weeks ago? Come on, you Gunners! Come on! Brilliant start to the year. Well played, boys.